So everybody, we're streaming on Lichess today. We do stream on other chess sites as well. What's up with this? King h1 now. Okay, that's a smart move. Maybe he's tuned into the stream. I don't know. But he did avoid the bishop d4, but there's still some serious problems here. Rook b8, and it looks like he's gonna have a hard time here. I guess knight d2 loses a pawn. Don't really know what to suggest. I mean, the raking bishops. f5 now. Okay, that's fine. We're just gonna take this. f5 doesn't hurt me. Only if he had something on the f file would this move really be somehow seriously consequential. So anyway, the Rapid Tournament, for those of you that were tuned in on Friday, Rapid Tournament on Friday was a disaster. I lost a bunch of games needlessly to weaker players. And 3 young players I dropped points against different ways, but all of them were very silly. Basically, 2 out of 3 cases were just overusing the time, trying to be too perfectionist or whatever. I mean, I just need to be more practical and move fast in the rapid time control. All right. It says, let me see what we got in the chat here. The bishop on d7 is kind of meh. Yeah, that's very important. It's a rare sort of structural situation. The position's not open, it's not closed. But the way the white pawn structure works, it's sort of the same thing in the Marazzi bind, oftentimes for black. I mean, very often the white, I don't really want to give up my bishop for a pawn here. The white bishop is usually, the white bishop is usually a bad piece in the Marazzi. But what you don't hear about oftentimes is black's counterpart has a difficult time because the white pawns are on white squares. It usually has nowhere to go, no really clear route to get into play in that kind of same pawn structure here. So he's sticking around over there, trying to pray to whip up some kind of play against my king, but this position is pretty horrendous for white. So we'll just get as active as we can. It should be winning. Anyway, all the info about me and my YouTube and Twitch here is down under below the stream on Twitch. You can even contact me via email, videochesstrainer@gmail. If you're interested in lessons or any other chess related stuff, give me a email. Let's see. Now, you know, white is obviously lost, but it's just a pawn, so anything could happen. Maybe he's going to play knight f2, knight g4. Excuse me. A little bit of coffee. So h4. All right. We're not afraid. Maybe we have a mate here. Can we mate this guy with some psychotic plan like queen d7 and rook h3? Does that sound like a good plan? Anyway, I just think that we'll use the reference again to Dvoretsky, because I did mention in a previous stream that I learned some stuff from him, and one of the things that he mentioned to me is this very good general rule of thumb that if you don't know what to do, improve the worst piece on the board. Literally, like if you don't know what to do, you can't find a move, just ask yourself which is your worst piece and make it better. And I mean, this is a situation where my bishop and my rooks are like monstrously active. My queen is clearly not playing a role on c7, so there's nothing else I want to do here. I mean, rooks and bishop couldn't be more active. The pawn structure is so that they don't really want to move. This is the only plan. I could play d5. I mean, I just was hoping to transfer my queen to g4. Maybe threaten rook h3 check. Let's see. You know, it's probably a little bit of a fantasy to do it right away, though it might work. I could see it working. You know, rook h3, pawn takes, queen takes, king g1, bishop d4 check, knight e3, and rook takes b2 with like Zugzwang. basically, he's in zugzwang there. But maybe he has different interpositions or something like that. Like he interposes the rook on e3. It's a little bit to calculate. I think it's a bit on the fancy side. Maybe we don't have to sacrifice a rook right away. It may work. But on the other hand, he might not take it. Maybe he'll play king g1. That should be good for me too. But my rook's hanging there. Rook h3 takes, king takes, bishop g4. It's pretty forced actually. Rook h3 takes, king g1, bishop d4 check. If knight takes, rook takes, b2 looks like resigns for white. It's mate. I mean, that's just brutal. So he has to interpose the rook on e3. And then, oh, then I take on b2 anyway. Yeah, this looks pretty strong. Maybe I'm missing something, but I think this is pretty strong. I mean, it illustrates the potential of the black pieces here, and the failure of the white pieces to communicate. He took. I was a little more concerned with him not taking, to be honest there. Let's just hope I didn't miss anything. But I think this works. The rook on a2, a1. Did I say a2? The rook on a1. It's like not having a rook, basically. So I don't know if there's other ways to win, but the kind of fancy rook takes e3, rook takes b2. You know, this to me looks like kind of nice. No? I mean, this kind of elegant way of putting somebody away, you know? So, don't do it. Do it, do it. Yeah, no, do it. You guys were like, do it. Yeah, definitely do it. That was the beauty of chess like 100 years ago. Well, actually, I should say like 150 years ago. Not that I was around. I am a dinosaur, but... For those of you just tuned into the stream, my voice doesn't normally sound like this. I normally sound beautiful like an opera singer. But today, not quite. Not quite getting there. Alright, now, Houston, we could have a problem here. I missed this move. We did miss this move. The good news is, I still think I'm winning somehow. The bad news is I don't know exactly how to do it. Wow. There's no way this works. Rook h2? Check. 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 Can I do rook h2? Queen h2? I guess queen h2 check and then take on e3 when it's mate. Is it mate? Should I take on e3 first? Take on e3 first. Yes. If I take on e3 first. See, that's where I'm not a tactician really, you know. I'm like creative tactically, but a bullet player would like see this instantly. I'm thinking more in like strategic terms. So, bishop takes, it's made, right? You guys, the tactical guys out there, oh man, what's he thinking about? It's like made in two, but it's a different way of, we all have different ways of perceiving things. So, for me, the instant moves aren't instant. I'm thinking about other stuff. If I was a bullet player, I would have seen this instantly. But I'm not, you know, I'm something else. So, it's, you know, chess is different for everybody. So, I lost a game in a rapid tournament on Friday to a guy who basically, you know, he only sees very forced tactical sequences. But he's brilliant at that. But the rest of his game is like non-existent. So, it's hard. Alright, good game. Nice finish. Yeah, everything is with check. Let's try to find another game. I enjoyed that. So 8 minutes. Let's go. I think the longer games are better, man. I can really talk and explain things to everybody. But I'm slow, you know. I really am a bit slow. I was a strong Blitz player. I'm still, when I'm really concentrated, I still play very strong in Blitz. But time has never really been my strength. All right. Unusual move order for black, but it's fine. So now what? Who else is in the stream? Cerebral Assassin, you've been here before. Thanks for joining us. Baby Tiger, sorry I didn't see the challenge. I do accept challenges. So much going on. Yeah, I didn't notice. Is that you? I have one challenge. If you hang out, I will play you next game. Okay. Modern defense. I don't know. E3 is not really that critical. I guess I have to play something like E4. So here, I don't think the taking is really dangerous. If I don't take, what am I doing? I'm playing a weird position, basically, where my pawn is on E3 instead of E4. I guess I should have taken on E5 there. But we have flexibility. We don't have to play E4. We just can play like Mamedyarov. Mamedyarov loves to do this. He loves to play like E3 in the opening and take the other 2700s out of book. Then play maybe E4 later. It's okay. You can do it. You're white. You have the prerogative to waste the tempo. So A6. I'm not going to commit myself to castling kingside just yet. Checking the stream for comments here. I play this setup. I'm a little bored with the English with white. I've been playing it a lot lately, and it's getting a little old. So I think I might start to mix in some other stuff. Can't apologize enough for the voice, guys. Let's see. Well, castling is fine. I don't really think I'm going to be castling queenside. But black should be fine here as well. I have an option to play like F4 instead of a more typical structure based on E4, which will enable me to kind of hold up his kingside threats. But I'm just thinking maybe I should prepare a little more development first. But queen c2, kind of a multi-purpose, looking to the king side, maybe on the queen side get some play with b4 and c5. But I'm basically planning to play f4 and trying to stop him. And one of the reasons why I want to play queen c2 is that I have the availability of the d1 square for my knight if it has to blockade or if it has to defend e3 and f2. I want the knight to be able to go back to d1. Do you know anything about c4 e6 for black? C4 e6. I play c4 b6 a lot. I would imagine the c4 e6 you'd get a lot of like e4 and kind of weird French type of stuff. But you can play c5 actually.